Welcome. So we're going to start with noticing, but before we notice, just a brief word about noticing. So remember, in order for you to get where you want to go, you need to know where you are to begin with. So we'll start with noticing, and I'm just going to be quiet. You can close your eyes and just notice what is happening in your body right now. And then just open your eyes and just notice, what did you notice? Where did your attention go? So again, it's not about beating yourself up for being where you are. It's just simply noticing, like a helicopter view of, oh, that's interesting. I can really focus today, or I'm not so focused today. You're going to take your smaller Franklin Method balls. If you don't have Franklin Method balls, you can use like a balled up pair of socks or a rolled up towel. You're going to put them underneath your sit bones. So you're sitting on them on your sit bones. And we're just going to start to kind of sway side to side, just putting a little pressure on one side and then the other side. Just do a subtle little wiggle. And you're breathing. So this is also a good time to go into that place of creating your intention with the question, how do you want to feel? So what is underneath your intention or your goal? And just continually diving deeper into what is it that you want to feel. And you're breathing. I'm going to move to a kind of a rocking back and forward. Perhaps you're moving your spine and your head as well. Just getting a little bit more movement underneath your body at those balls. And shifting side to side. So just make it your own. Play however you want. Side to side or circles or figure eights or just simply sitting. Take about 2 more breaths. How would you like to feel? And then just go ahead and take those balls out from underneath you. And again, come back to noticing, how does it feel now? So do you notice a difference in your body? And perhaps what you notice is just the relief that the balls are gone. That's a fine thing to notice and describe to yourself. Perhaps you feel a shift in the way that you're sitting. Perhaps you feel a shift in the way that you're able to focus. Good. So from here, you're going to bring yourself down on towards the mat. You're going to lay down, and you need your blue squishy ball for this. So you're going to put that ball between your knees, and you're lying down here. And we're going to start with rocking your pelvis. So you're going to slowly push your back into the mat and then peel your pelvis up. So how high do you go up? Well, that's totally up to you and your body. So you're moving in a way that you can feel comfortable and there's not pain. So I'm moving my spine as if I'm making an indentation into wet sand, both on the way up and on the way down. Good. And this next time I want you to just stay up here. So with the ball, with your knees now, you're going to squeeze your knees closer together, squeeze into the ball, and then unsqueeze a little bit, but don't drop the ball. So you squeeze and you get tighter and you get looser. So you don't need to squeeze it as tight as you can, like you don't want to squeeze it to a 10, but you want to squeeze it to about a 7, and then back to about a 2 or a 3. So you're giving yourself that feeling of more rigidness to more fluidity, back and forth like that, allowing your feet to really press through the ground, through the earth, and always checking back in with your head and your neck and your shoulders and feeling, is it possible to let those shoulders, head, neck rest a little more into the floor? Good. One more time like this. You're gonna leave the squeeze at about a 3, so on the lighter side as you peel down smooth. Good. So from here, you're gonna stay with your pelvis down. You're gonna move this ball to stand on it with your feet. So you're standing on it and you're starting with just a little wiggle. So as you're wiggling your feet or the ball out and in, you wanna just check in with that little space at your low back. So that's your natural lumbar curve. And see if you can just feel that there's always that little space. I call that space your mouse house. Like a little mouse could live there and it's not getting crushed. Keep the ball in. Now you're going to press into the ball. Now you're going to crush your mouse house, tucking your pelvis and peeling yourself up. Again, this is totally individual, how high up you go and peeling down. So with that wiggliness, your nervous system is getting feedback based on the movement. So your nervous system is always trying to work very efficiently for you. So just let the wiggles happen and just try to keep breathing. Coming up, you're probably starting to feel your hamstrings, the backs of your legs working. And again, that indentation into wet sand with your spine. That image is helpful in getting that undulation. This time, stay lifted. Now you can either hold it right up here, or you can move the ball in and out a little ways. It's not very big. As it gets challenging, just notice in yourself, oh, I don't need to tense my shoulders. Can I relax my toes? Yeah, go with the wiggles. One more. And then slowly peeling back down here. So just let the ball kind of come to the side and you can hug your knees in. You could grab the outsides of your feet, just getting a stretch through the back of your legs and your low back. Good. So from here, you're gonna roll over onto your tummy. So you're on your tummy here. And we're gonna start in this like slumber party pose. So your elbows are right beneath your shoulders. Your hands can be however's comfortable. And just watch and check in with your head. So I don't want your head lifted here. I want you to look either slightly down or straight ahead. So you're trying to continue that line that your spine is creating. And you're gonna reach out through your legs. You're gonna slightly lift your legs up here. So from here, it's just the legs are at the height of your bottom. And I want you to slide your feet towards each other and then away from each other. This is a very small movement. I'm just gonna do a few with this position of the chest. I'm driving my elbows down so my shoulders are not up here by my ears. I'm pushing down through my elbows to create more length through my upper back. And I'm aware of my belly naturally drawing in. Good. This time, go ahead and come all the way down, and you can either put your hands stacked on top of each other and rest your forehead on your hands, or you can extend your arms out in front of you and have your head slightly lifted. So if we start here, you're just gonna lift one leg and then the other leg. So you're slowly alternating, and the foot doesn't ever come all the way back to the floor. So yes, you're gonna notice muscles in the back of your back, in the back of your legs underneath your bottom. Good, we're adding one more layer if you like here, which is reaching your arms out and lifting opposite arm, opposite leg at the same time. So I'm letting my head float, I'm reaching through fingers and toes, and I'm slowly alternating. So is it possible to hold your head up without creating tension or craning your neck? Reaching through arms and legs and breathing. Good. One more time each side. And then you're going to rest back. like a child's pose. So you're gonna just stretch back here. And you could let your head again touch the mat. You could rock your head side to side, just breathing. Good. Now you'll lie over onto your back. So you're gonna take that blue squishy ball again. You're gonna lay down, you're gonna put it underneath your low back. So it's underneath your low back at your lumbar curve. Your hands can just rest here, or if you feel like you need more balance, just press them into the floor gently. Your legs come up, and right away as your legs come up, there's that sense of, oh, my belly's already working. So just tune in and see if you can feel that. Feel your shoulders melting, your head relaxing. Good, and now we find our edge. So you're gonna reach your legs towards the ceiling. So your edge is that place where you can feel your belly working more fully, but it's not too low that your neck is now suddenly engaged. Good. So from here, you're gonna just bend your knees. So it starts with a bend, and then you reach your legs to straight towards your edge, and then you're gonna make a circle. It's a little circle, and then you bend, and you reach, and you circle, and you bend. So it's up to you which direction you want your circle to go. And I'm pressing, and I'm circling, and I'm aware of that pressure or weight on my shoulders. And I'm just asking my head to stay relaxed. So my neck doesn't need to work while my belly works. And if you're confused or you feel like I can't quite feel my belly working, put your physical hand on your belly and feel underneath your flesh. You'll feel movement of those muscles. Circling. Good. We're gonna do one more different exercise here. So leave your legs straight, point your toes, and one leg goes up, one leg goes down, and then they change. And then they change. So again, it's slow, and within each movement is its own edge. So just kind of finding that place for you. And breathing. And if this is hurting your back, or you just need to take a break and just join us when you're ready. We're gonna do 3 more. So left and right is 1. Knees are as straight as possible. Toes are reaching for the ceiling, like you're painting on the ceiling. Good. And then bend your knees and bring your feet back down. Taking the ball away. The ball can go on your tummy now as you hug your knees in. Great. So moving on, you're gonna sit kind of cross-legged here, and you're attempting, it's challenging at first, so you're gonna push through your hands to lift your feet up. So as you lift up, there's that sense of perhaps you're just gonna lift up and leave your feet down. Perhaps you're actually gonna lift up and lift your body off the floor with your arms as the base. So sometimes it feels like my arms aren't long enough to do that. Just try anyway. If you need to go to fists, you can do that. You'll feel it really deep in your belly working to lift you up. And we're trying to just hold it here. 3, 2, 1. It's hard. Good. So now we'll come to a plank. A plank with your elbows down on your toes, reaching back there. Good. So from here, again, the way out, if it's too much for your body, is to lift your bottom up. That's always true in a plank position. So we're just going to take and we're going to tap both knees down and then press both legs out. So just tapping, and it's a light tap. I'm not resting for a long time there. My elbows press into the floor, reaching head and tail away from each other. Yep. Nice and slow. It's a tap and a stretch. Tap and stretch. 2 more. And stretch. stretch. Last one, drive those elbows down and stretch. Good, knees come down. You're welcome to come back into a little stretch here. Making sure you're often checking in with that spark or that feeling of how do you want to feel. Letting that help guide your focus back to what is happening in your body. And now we'll stand. So we're gonna stand and you're gonna take your arms, so my elbows are just slightly bent, hands are kind of almost as if they're holding a tray. And you're gonna flip your elbows up and then elbows down. So try this a few times, really rotate your shoulders forward and down. So feeling the difference between rolling my shoulders forward and now take this bone, your arm bone, your humerus, and roll it forward in the socket. So you might not go as high with your elbows, but your shoulders are not hunching forward now. So it's just a rotation in the arm bone. Yeah, good. And you're breathing. So all the while you're moving your arms, noticing, checking in with your legs, make sure your knees are not locked, that you can feel the ground underneath your feet. And it's almost like that sensation that your sit bones are just dripping down, 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 down towards your heels. Yeah. This time it's gonna change a little bit. So it starts the same, you flip up, and then you're gonna shoot your arms out to straight. So when I say straight, my elbows are straight, I'm reaching through my fingers, but my hands are reaching like towards the corners of the room versus straight out beside me, reaching towards the front corner. So they're in my peripheral vision. So it's a bend, it's a flip, it's a reach. Bend, flip, reach. If this is aggravating your neck, lower your hands. So make the movement a little lower. And again, that presence, reaching through your fingertips, that real reach is what it's about. So making sure that you're sending that force through your arms versus just waving your arms around. Good. And it looks super easy, and yet as you're doing it, you're starting to really feel those little muscles in your arms working together to create that sensation and that strength. Yeah. Good. So now we're going to shift to a different exercise, and it's similar in a way. One palm is going to face up, one palm faces down. And you're starting looking at the palm that's facing up, and you're gonna sway your body. The arm is gonna go down, the other one goes up, and it really doesn't go up much higher than like my chin, and then it changes. So I'm looking at the one that's going down, I'm swaying my chest side to side. So my weight is shifting, and I'm moving my chest and my arms together. So can you feel how you could, there's a way you can move your arm and your chest together through the space. Arm and your chest together, so warming up your side body and also feeling into those muscles along your sides and around your center as you're moving your arms. It's almost like you're trying to catch like a feather that's falling down, falling down. And then the movement looks very similar, but the focus is going to be very different. So this time, try to see if you can keep your chest really in the center and moving more arms. So the arms are what's moving up and down, and your chest might sway a little bit, but it's more, again, that humerus in the socket kind of a feeling. And so then you're going to just mix the two. So we'll do 2 with the body moving. 2 with the body moving, and then 2 with the body staying focused in the center. And again, body, body, and And then chest, chest. Yeah. Last time like that. Body, body. And then just the arms. And then just give your arms a little shake there. Put your hands on your ribs. And it's a good time to just kind of sit again into your feet. So sit into your feet. That sounds funny, but having that sense of your feet are really reaching through the floor. Your knees are slightly bent and your tail is dripping down towards the floor as well. So taking your hands to your rib cage, just start to assist your body in moving your ribs side to side. So again, the rest of my body is shifting with that, and yet I'm leading with my ribs. Yeah. So once you get the sense of that movement, you can reach your arms out to the side, and again, they're slightly in front of you. And we're gonna take it just a little bit faster, and I'm moving right along to the next layer. So the next layer after that would be a reach, and then it's like you're reaching for something way out there with your fingers, and you're gonna hit it. And reach and hit it. And hit it, and hit it. Yeah. Moving through the arms, reaching. Yeah. If this is too much, go back to just the ribs. And also checking in, making sure it's not this that you're doing. So moving your ribs is definitely a brand new movement for many of us. So see if you can just get that reach. And reach, 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 reach. And take it a little faster. Reach. And if taking it faster takes you to a place of not being able to feel what's going on, go back to the slow. So just find your way. Two more. Good. And then again, coming back to your ribs, we're gonna do half moons to the back. So you're shifting, and then you're gonna come around to this side, and you're gonna go back around where you came from. So arms can be out, arms can be guiding your ribs, you decide. Side, back, front. Yeah, just carving out a little space back there, like you're really trying to reach the back of you to brush against something invisible behind you. And as you do that, the rest of your body is influenced to move. And just let it move with your movement. Perhaps starting to notice more of your belly. And again, you could go faster. Or slow. And the slower is usually bigger than the faster. Just going to do 3 more. Around, around. Good. And then stay here. And just shake your arms, shake your legs out. We're going to come down to all fours. And so what happens first is you're on all fours. And always when you're on all fours, you can come down to your elbows. You can be on your fists. You just want to make sure your wrists feel good. So we take the leg out to the side, and it bends, and it comes up, and you reach back, and it bends. So it comes out to the side, and you tap it, up, bend, out, bend. And I'm encouraging you, I do want you to really tap it and put a little weight on it. So I'm shifting that way. Bend, out, bend, shift, bend. And when it's back here, my hip is not reaching up. My hip is reaching down towards the floor. When my leg is here and I'm bending, my hip is opening toward you. And then I shift it as I go back. Tap, bend, reach, bend. Good, again, same thing as we did with the arms. There's that reach, that presence, reaching through your fingertips into the floor, through your foot, out through space. Reach. What are the thoughts in your head right now? Are they supporting you in moving right now? Coming back to that spark, that way that you want to feel. So you're combining that wish, if you will, for yourself with the movement that you're doing right now. So they're fueling each other. We're going to do 7 more. Two more. Last one. Good. Okay. So we'll turn to the other side. And so on the other side, here you are on your hands. And you take the foot out to the side. So you take the foot out to the side. You're going to lift it up, bend, reach it back. Bend, out. And you can move your head with that if you like. So nothing about me at the moment is thinking about being still. Even my hands into the floor are shifting. The pressure along the palms of my hands shifts as I move. And just notice, especially if you're creating some kind of unnecessary tension in your neck or your jaw, perhaps moving your head and looking toward your foot as it comes to the side will help remind your neck that there can be movement there. Reaching. And it's very slow. So through that slowness, you're again creating that reach and that real deliberate movement. Reach, reach, reach. And the beauty is you can create this to be as challenging as you want it to be. So using another form of imagery to create more of a challenge. So for instance, you could reach back here and think of pushing something away from you, resisting something here, and squishing something down into the floor. Lifting something heavy, bringing it in, reaching out. So it's really all about you and staying with your mind in the process. And just know that harder is not always better. Maybe you're looking for more ease or more fluidity in that joint. Maybe you're looking for a challenging muscle experience. Just again, how do you want to feel? Bend, reach, bend, tap. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Bend, reach, bend, and tap. Again, pressing yourself back, shifting side to side if that feels good. And do one last thing. So if you lie down and stretch your legs all the way out to straight, so putting your hands to hold like a hammock your head. So the weight of your head is held in your hands, and that's supported all the way down through your lats. So again, that space from my shoulder to my ear is soft. And I'm reaching through my toes. My legs are gently touching, but not really squeezing much more than a 2 or a 3. So from here, I'm gonna have you lift your chest. So the basic is lifting your chest and slowly coming down. You don't go all the way down. So you come up rather quickly and you go down rather slowly. And you come up and you come down. And there's a momentary pause up there. So if you want to add your breath with this, you could exhale as you're coming up and pausing, and inhale as you're slowly coming down. Good. So if you want to add a little bit more with this, you're going to take your opposite leg. It's going to come up and bend at the knee as your chest lifts. And then you slowly come down. The leg goes all the way back to where it came from. You're going to alternate legs. Slow. Checking in with your head. So there's often a tendency to want to strain and tense your neck as you lift your head. And just see if you can remind yourself to keep your head resting like your hands were a hammock. So that's an exercise in itself. We're adding a lot of layers here. Are you breathing? Both of my legs are reaching, so as I lift my knee, my lower leg is also reaching away. And I'm curling up. So as I'm lifting up, I'm not tucking my pelvis, I'm not intentionally flattening my back. The space at my mouse house automatically becomes smaller as I move, and that's fine. So you're not forcing it in any way. Slow. We're gonna do 2 more to each side. So slowly lowering. Noticing the strength at the center of you. You are strong, and you're getting stronger. Good. So from here, just rest all the way down. We're gonna just stay lying down here as you reach for your smaller Franklin Method balls again, and put them underneath your tush. So just get them comfortable, and as always with the balls, you just want to make sure that are a place where it's not causing you pain to be on them. So at first you're just going to lie here, think of melting, like butter melting or chocolate melting. Your body is melting over the balls. Ask your body, how much more can you relax? And so you're just going to begin with a side-to-side movement. So often there's this is what happens. People want to move their knees versus move their pelvis. So right now I'm asking you to move your pelvis. It's a different movement than just moving your knees. My hips are swinging side to side like a pendulum. Yeah. And then we will do the opposite. So adjusting the balls as you need. Sometimes when you roll, they get far apart. You need to pull them back in. Walk your feet a little closer together and just sway your knees now, side to side. So now it's the other movement, side to side with the knees. And again, you're welcome to breathe. So taking the balls out from underneath you, coming back to the mat, taking some time to notice how it feels. So you stay lying down, I'm gonna sit up. Just noticing again, how does it feel? Again, the relief that the balls are gone. Maybe the experience in your shoulders is different. How does it feel? Describing it to yourself and to your nervous system. Your nervous system has the tools to create a change for you based on your feedback. And then again, taking just a moment to check in with how would you like to feel? What else are you going to do today to help you feel the way you want to feel? I'll see you soon.